Hello and good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on this Sunday of Midsummer's weekend for our great big Midsummer Night stream. Bing! I decided to get in the mood today as well and join in with the cast a little bit, even though I don't get to go to the Magic Forest with them, sadly. I stay in my little library as the book holder. So those of you who haven't dropped by us before and seen one of our shows, hello, I'm Lizzie. I am artistic director for Shakespeare, which means that all these people think I know what I'm doing, and I lead them into these wonderful Shakespeare shenanigans that we get up to. We have a huge cast today. We are really celebrating Midsummer's in big style. So I want to give them time to go and collect themselves in our virtual tiring house, in our virtual dressing room. So everybody wants to say before we go any further, because today is Father's Day, everybody in the cast, we all want to go, Happy Father's Day! Hey, Dads!
Happy Father's Day!
Yeah, we're really sorry we can't be with you, but it's the government's fault. So, and to introduce the company, I'm not going to say character names, but I am just going to very quickly get everyone to say hello so that you see we have a lot of people around today. We have Ollie, who is joining us for the first time. Say hello, Ollie.
Hello.
There we go. And we have Linda, who's old stage.
Hello.
And Matt.
Hello.
There we go. And Geraldine.
Hello.
Jennifer.
Hello.
This is like being on the Mickey Mouse Club. Hello. Thom, who's also coming for the first time. Thom, say hello. I can see him.
Hey.
There we go. And Simon.
Oh.
There we go. And Larissa.
Hello.
There we go. And Angela, who's also in for the first time today.
Hi.
Yeah, she is lovely. And Dewi, old stager.
Hello.
And Mark, again, on his first play with us today.
Hello.
There we go. Georgia.
Hello.
Hiding in her little forest. And Valentina.
Hi.
Without whom none of this would be possible. Susie.
Hello.
Yeah, all the way from Canada. No, she's not. She's in London. And that's only the first column. We've got Jeff. Wave to us, Jeff.
Hi.
And Eugenia, who looks incredible.
Hello.
There we go. And Ashleigh.
Hi.
And Siegffried over there in Paris.
Hello.
There we go. And Philippe.
Hello.
There we are. And Claire.
Hello.
I said there was a lot. And Nell.
Hi.
And Alexandra. I know she's there somewhere.
Waving, just couldn't be heard.
There
Hi.
we go. There she is, she's waving. Alexandra's worked really hard this week as our online business coordinator. This is a very busy play. And among the fairies, we have Lizzie Huxley and baby Huxley, who joins us for the first time.
Hi.
There we are. We start them off young. And Charlotte is with us.
Hello.
There we go. And Abby back with us this week.
Hello.
And Tamara over in Germany still. There we go, laughing in her undergrowth. And Eleanor.
Hello.
And I really hope I didn't forget anybody. Did I forget anybody? It'd be really embarrassing if I did.
No, colder.
Well, I'm always here, Siegffried. They know that I'm here. I'm already talking. Okay, so all of you lovely people, please go retire to the tiring house. I will have a quick bit of chat and then we will get on with the show and we will see you at your entrances. And off they all go. So thank you very much again for joining us. We will get off to a quick start really, really soon. Just to let you all know that our donations link on YouTube, it still says it's the name of our company. It is our intention to continue to give our takings to Black Lives Matter. So if you donate today, then that is where it will end up. And we thank you very much, all of those of you who do donate. It is very gratefully received. The rest of the cast you've met, me you've met. If you haven't sat through, experienced rather, one of our performances before, what we do is, yes, we're doing live online Shakespeare like many other companies. We are different because we are working from lines and cues only. So everybody that you see come onto the screen and act and make their entrance and speak their lines, they have not heard each other's parts before. There has not been a whole group rehearsal process. Having said that, for this particular play, we found there were a lot of bits and pieces that we did need to coordinate some business for. So we haven't cheated exactly. It's just it was necessary for some people to meet and to talk over the internet. Whole scenes have not been practiced, although little sequences may be popped into some of them. And basically, if we had to do it now, they'd have had to do it in Shakespeare's time. So no rules actually being broken. That's my justification, and I think it works. Okay, so it's high time that we got off to Athens and got this play started. There will be an interval, a 5-minute interval about halfway through. This is hopefully approximately a 2.5-hour running time for those of you who like to sort of check in and give yourselves a little sense of time. So we'll give you a little breathing space in the middle to go make a cup of tea. Otherwise, it's going to be Midsummer Night's Mayhem all the way through. Pure Shakespeare, pure magic. And we will be off to the forests near Athens. So in the city of Athens, there's quite a lot of exciting stuff going on before the play begins, because Duke Theseus, the great hero and Minotaur slayer, has returned from his latest adventure with a bride, the queen of the Amazons, Hippolita, and they are in expectation of getting married very soon. However, Theseus can't give himself entirely over to his own personal concerns, because the politics and the business of the city still requires to be dealt with. So we begin in Duke Theseus's palace with Theseus, Hippolyta, and Philostrate. People, can you tell me that you're ready?
Yes.
Yes? Got
Yep.
1, 2.
Yep, ready.
Awesome. Brilliant. So as soon as I magically disappear, because this is Midsummer Night's Dream, then the stage is yours, and let the dreaming commence.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on the pace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a state dame, or a dowager long withering out, a young man's renew.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in nights. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow now bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I would thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thank good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. Noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning, as thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so, she will not hear, before your grace, consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you, your father should be a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
Oh, thank you.
Thunder.
In himself he is. But in his kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked, but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that will befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth. Examine well your blood. Whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mood, to live in a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon, thrice blessed they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage, but earthlier happy in the roses tilled, that which withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord. Ere I will yield up my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consent not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for a austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's.
Oh,
You marry him.
Scornful! Lysander, too, he hath my love. And what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine. And all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nida's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess, that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come Egeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hipployte. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Egeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourself.
With duty and desire we follow you.
Oh, now, my love, why is your cheek so pale? How chanced the roses there do fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well bedeem them from the tempest of mine eyes.
For aught that ever I could read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
A cross too high to be enthralled to love.
or else misgrafted in respect of years,
Oh, spite too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of merit.
Oh, hell! To choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Because then let us teach our trial patience. Then it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears. Poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house removed 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. Then, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the woods, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance for a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
Oh, my good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers love, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than women ever spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again. Unsay, Demetrius loves you fair. Oh, happy fair, your eyes are lodestars and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were a favour so. Your words I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue, sweet Melody. Oh, were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'll give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
That my prayers could such affection move.
Oh, the more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
Oh, his folly, Helena, is none of mine.
None but your beauty.
Oh.
That fault were mine.
Oh, take comfort. He no more will see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens a paradise to me. Oh then, what graces in my Lord do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven into a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearls bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gate have we devised to steal.
In the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsels sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and strange companions. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep words, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' foods till tomorrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy son a son can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Oh, Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transform to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. Therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. Therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so often beguiled, as waggish boys themselves in games forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. But when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for his intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. Oh, but herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
It is all our company here.
You're best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Ah, here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit for all Athens to play in our interlude between the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so go on to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourself.
Well, you, Knickerbottom, are sit down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallantly for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest yet. My chief humour is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely as a part to tear a cat in, to make all split the raging rocks, and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now in the rest of the players. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Right, okay. Now, Francis Flute, the bellows maida.
Here, Peter Quince.
Right, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Oh, no, Faith. Let me not play a woman. I've got a beard coming.
Right. Well, that's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Ah, Pyramus, my love dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Thom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father, and myself, Thisbe's father. Snug, the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope there is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part?
Have you the lion's part written? Play. If you be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lions too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
If you should do it too terribly, you would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
It would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gentle as any sucking dove. I will roar, and 'twere any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
But I will discharge it in either your straw-coloured beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrained beard, or your French crown-coloured beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts. And I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse more obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough, hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill and over dale, through bush, through briar, over park and over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall, her pensioners be, in the gold coat spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favours. In those freckles live their savours. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revel here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wroth, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his strain, to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, but fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square, that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape or making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labour in the quern, and bootless make their breathless housewife churn, and sometimes misleads night wanderers laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakst aright. I am the merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I affect and been-fed horse beguile, nay, in the likeness of a silly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's ball, in the very likeness of a roasted club, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered julep pour the ale. the wisest aunt telling, the saddest tale sometimes for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then I slip from her bum, down topple she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their heads and laugh and waxen in their nose and knees and swear. Oh, a merry hour was never wasted there. Oh, but room, Fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou wast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steep of India? But that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair eagles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore, the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, hath every petty river made so proud that they have overborne their continent. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and in the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the Murian flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him more carol blessed. Therefore, the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air. The rheumatic diseases do abound, and through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Horrid headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old hind's chin and icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer bud is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the child in autumn, angry winter change the wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following. Her womb then, rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich, which with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest when once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned in the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. That I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. Maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania where she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing that she, waking, looks upon, be it lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. Here comes here. I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
Look, I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Right, where is Lysander and fair Hermia? Yeah, the one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou told me there was stolen unto this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron from my heart as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Oh, do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or, rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worse a place can I beg in your love, yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you do your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
Oh, you do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not? To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity?
Your virtue is my privilege, but it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wild hath not such a heart as you. Oh, yeah. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valour flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou do follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, and field you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot bite for love, as men may do. We should be wooed. We're not made to woo. Yet I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon that hand I love so well.
Very well, nymph. Harry do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray you, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws his enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look to meet me ere the cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk-rose buds, some war with rare mice for their leathern wings to make my small elf's coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest. Spotted snakes with double tongue, woolly hedgehogs big on sea, roots and blind worms do no Sweet lullaby.
Come, a lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby.
Evening skies hence you long like sleepless hands. Little spark approach not near, worm nor snare to do hands. Fill your mouth with melody, singing your sweet lullaby.
Come, a lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby. Come, a lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby. Come, a lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby.
Hence away, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love's sake. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest. It is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the woods. And to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Oh, be it so, Lysander. Find you out a bed. I, upon this bank, will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Oh, nay, good Lysander. For my sake, my dear, lie further off. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart can you make of it, two bosoms, interchange it with an oath. So then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Oh, Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say, Lysander, lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off. Human modesty such separation as may well be said, such a virtuous bachelor and a maid, so far be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life's end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I, and then end love when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wishes I be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenians found thou none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower force in stirring love. Why in silence who is here? Which of Athens he does swear? This is he, my master said, despise the Athenian maid, and hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground, pretty soul. She does not lie near this luck love, this kill curtsy. Chill. Upon thine eyes I throw all power of this charm doth hoe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, slip his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Nay, thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Oh, happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear. The beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here on the ground? Lysander? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire will I, for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows her art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name, to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content? With Hermia? No! I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena now I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I being young till now, ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good truth, you do me wrong, good sooth, you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near, for as a surfeit of the sweetest thing the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those that did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated. But the most of me and all my powers address your love and might to honour Helen and to be her knight.
No! Help me, Lysander. Help me, do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Hear me. Oh, for pity. What a dream was here. Oh, Lysander, look, how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and yet sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander? Lord? What? Not appearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Oh, alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I almost sound with fear. Oh, no. Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediate lie.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn break, our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince?
What sayest thou, Woolly Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Blatant a parlous farce.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, the weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. My life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are, and there indeed let him name his name and tell him plainly he is Snug, the joiner.
Well, It shall be so. But there is two hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes. It doth shine that night.
Well, why then? May you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lanthorn, and say he come to disfigure, or to present the person of moonshine. And then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe says a story did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. Let him have some plaster or some lime or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Or let him hold his fingers thus. And Pyramus and Thisbe, that's through that cranny can whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have wiswaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of Egeus savours sweet.
Odours? Odours!
Odours savours sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear, but hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, you must you, for you must understand, he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky, juvenile, and eke most lovely dew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man. You must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. God, you speak all your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted! Pray, masters! Fly, masters!
I'll follow you, I'll lead you about, around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is knavery of them to make me afraid.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee? Ah!
What? What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, Bosher, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall hear I am not afraid. Thou whistle cock so black of hue, in orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren and little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cried cuckoo? Never so.
Pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamoured of thy note. On the first view to say, to swear, I love thee. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that, and yet to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbours will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither, but if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whither thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep, and I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go.
And I? Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs and mulberries, the honey bags still from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesy.
Hail, mortal, hail!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas Blossom.
I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peacod, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire of you more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard Seed.
Good, Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with the watery eye, and when she weeps, weep every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
And off they go. So we're going to take a brief interval here at a highly dramatic moment, as is traditional for, for an interval in any story. Wow, what else is going to happen in the forest outside of Athens? We hope you're very much enjoying the afternoon. I know I am. I'm very glad I can mute my camera because they're giving me rotten giggles here, and that would never do. Have a giggling book holder get in your way. So just to fill in 5 minutes between before we come back and to rejoin, so please feel free to go get yourselves a glass of water, make a cup of tea, or drop by the refreshment rooms if you need to refresh yourselves. This is just going to be a little chat time. If any of the cast want to drop by and say hello or pass on a message, then they're very welcome. Otherwise, because I always like to observe something to do with the play at this point, because this is my job. I'm the book holder. I hang on to the script, the text, and it's what I think about, and it's what I work with most of the time. A lot of people love to, hey, Susie, Queen Titania, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm well.
Having a lovely time. I was just saying, a lot of people love to quote to me because the work that we do is obviously on, cue based, and we don't rehearse the whole play as a group. That scene that the mechanicals have just played, of course you were asleep, so you may not have been aware, but the scene that they play of an actual rehearsal is one of the very, very few examples that there are surviving, suggesting any kind of rehearsal process. However, because I've been doing some research into the subject, and it seems to be this is how amateurs rehearsed. There's no proof of professionals doing this. So we are, we are, as it were, we are still valid in working without, getting everybody together. Plus,
very interesting.
There's a little bit of actors chat for those of you who are not actors. Obviously, this is very much the world that we live in. Susie, could you imagine going through a rehearsal process where everybody just comes on and says their lines and they're told that's wrong, that's wrong? Have you noticed anybody ask about motivation or go for a line reading or be told anything? Do you know what I mean? We've been in a lot of rehearsal rooms between us.
Yeah.
What's the standard procedure for actors that basically is what we don't do? Could you, in rehearsal?
Oh gosh, standard procedure. Well, you have a read through. The group gets together and you read through the play. And then you kind of do research on your character. You can do research on the playwright. You can do research. Research can take you down all sorts of different avenues. You can research words that you don't know the meaning of.
Which we still do have to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to know what you're saying, because otherwise don't say it.
Yeah, and then you usually block your scenes and...
See, there we go, blocking.
Yeah.
That's setting the moves.
Yeah.
And all right, when we're working on camera like this, it's more about ins and outs, and we've had to do some falling asleep and some hiding and some playing with flowers for this one.
Yeah.
But because in a way, that's sort of what the mechanicals are doing.
Yeah.
They're doing their entrances and exits.
Yeah.
But they're not doing very much more. There's no sort of, I want you to walk down stage crying a little at this point, please, darling.
Yeah, what's my motivation as Wall? That kind of...
Yes, exactly. I think we do have quite a highly motivated Wall, in fact. I've heard that Wall has gone pretty method, which I'm actually really excited about.
There's a lovely mechanical scene that the Beatles participated in where Paul was Pyramus, John was Thisbe, George was Moonshine, and Ringo was Lion. And they got there was another actor playing Wall, but it's a lovely little scene from the Beatles.
If we can find a link for that, we have to share that, because that's
Yeah,
something.
definitely. I think it was originally done in black and white, but now there's a color version, I believe. But yeah, it's wonderful. Actually, Paul was a really good pyramist, and I as a bit of a trivia thing, I believe that Franco Zeffirelli wanted Paul to play Romeo originally, but of course the time with writing.
Right. I've just seen the bottom has snuck in. He obviously can't stay away from his Titania. Ollie, you're looking a little bit more yourself just now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Just stretching my legs out.
Fair enough. Yes, we're giving away a few more backstage secrets here. We have to. I'm quite lucky. I get to sit on a chair with a table. There's people sort of contriving themselves into all sorts of spaces at the moment. And
Well, it's quite noisy here. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people kind of coming.
All sorts of secrets going on. Only Bottom truly lives on a boat. There we go. See, we can
weaving my clothes on a boat.
Of lockdown theatre, we can be absolutely anywhere and all be in Athens together. How are you doing, Philippe? Are you having a good day as Demetrius?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of always forget that Demetrius doesn't have a lot to say in the first half. He's just sort of mean and then leaves.
Yeah. You just have to be there. You're a bit like Tybalt.
He didn't leave.
That's that's kind of it. But then I enjoy. I mean, Demetrius is one of those really interesting parts where you kind of have to come up with a backstory, otherwise he's just evil. He's just really, really bad.
He is. I've been saying to a few people in because we do have little one-to-one practice sessions. Anybody who asks for one, and I've been saying to a few people, the play I actually want to see is what happened before all that.
Yeah.
What happened between the four lovers, and basically what on earth happened to Demetrius to make him just change.
I mean, I have my theories, which a couple of the actors here know, but I refuse to let
you keep those to yourself.
The audience know.
No, that is private, personal motivation. This is the act.
Like no filter.
All right, I'm going to say let's say hello to Lion. Then we probably and Starveling's down in the corner. Hi, Jen.
Yeah,
how's everybody getting on? I can't see all of you because my screen's too small. So, does anybody want to say hi, say hello, or say hello, Dad? Oh. God, there's so many.
Say hi, Dad. Happy Father's Day to my daddy in Vancouver. Hi, Mom. Hi, Debbie.
And very nice to have the Canadians watching us. Very glad to have our World Wide Web, as it were, our worldwide cobweb.
Canada Day in a couple of weeks.
Very nice to see you all. Right, I'm just keeping half an eye on the time. We've got about another minute, another 30 seconds or so. So if you guys want to go get yourselves, Snug is having a quick.
Right. See you later. Ta-ra, love.
You'll be right ready for the second half, then, won't you? Grand.
Aye, grand.
You're right. There's Theseus. Are you having a good time watching Siegffried, or are you keeping
always?
Yes. See, Theseus never truly goes away. He is the genius behind everything that happens in the forest. It's a good romp, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, interesting. Right, we'll see how interesting we can make the second half.
Indeed.
Okay. So I will let the company take a deep breath now, because we are going on. So we left at the exciting point of Titania awaking with the spell upon her eyes, and she is madly in love with Bottom, who, amusingly enough, seems to take this completely in his stride, which is just absolutely true and wonderful for the character. Now, let us see whether Oberon is ready to see the outcome of his, of his devious plot. Wonderfully devious Oberon we've got today. Okay, so with me wand. Again, when I disappear, good friends, the stage is yours, and on we go.
I wonder if Titania be awaked, then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day, the shallowest, thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a brake, when I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head, anon his tisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes when they him spy as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated cuffers many in sort, rising and cowing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stump here o'er and o'er one falls, ye murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus wake, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns, oh, at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when in that moment so it come to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenians' eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Oh, now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I say, have given me cause to curse. Oh, if thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being all chewed in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? It cannot be. I'll believe it as soon as this whole earth may be bond, and that the moon may through the centre creep, and so displays her brother's noontide with antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, looks as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
Oh, what's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, will thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Oh, out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth, never be numbered among men. Oh, once, tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou looked upon him being awake? And hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, not an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent! Never adder stung!
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
Oh, I pray thee then, tell me he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I, to see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
Oh, there is no following her in this fierce fame. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorry's heaviness doth heavier grow. For debt that bankrout slip doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man hold in troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helen of Athens look thou to find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that costs the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she doth appear.
Oh, I go. Look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye, when his love he doth espy. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her remedy.
Captain, our ferry band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then we'll two at once woo one, that must needs be sport alone. But those things do best please me that befell preposterously.
Why should you think I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never comes in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep. And vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more, when truth kills truth. Devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
No, nor in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Well, Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, thy kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow. When thou holdst up thy hand, oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you were all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must not join insults to mock me too?
No.
If you are men, as, well, men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to bow and swear and super praise my parts, when I am sure
Lovely
you
touch.
hate me with all your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now rivals to mock Helena? Oh, a trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes. With your derision, none of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make your sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know, and with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to be bequeath, whom I do love and will do to my death.
Oh, never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If ere I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is as guest-wise sojourned. And now, to Helena, it is home returned, there to remain.
It is not so.
Disparage not the faith that thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Oh, dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense. Oh, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art none by my eye, Lysander found, mine ear, I thank it. It bore me to that sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bite fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Oh, injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sister vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot? All school-day friendships, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries moulded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies but one heart, two of the first life coats and heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crest. And will you rend our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
Oh, I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me, and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace with you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved, this you should pity, rather than despise?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Oh, persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, and hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak praise. Helen, I love thee by my life, I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say, I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to pens all this?
Oh, why, you thistle husk?
No, sir, seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come on, you're a tame man, go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird thing, let loose or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What is changed, sweet love?
Thy love, out, rabid rodent, out, loathed medicine, oh, hated poison, hence.
Do you protest?
Yes, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with you.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? On me, unuse my love. Am I for Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then in earnest you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt, be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What? Have you come in the night and stolen my love's heart from me?
Fine faith, have you no modesty? No touch of bashfulness? What, will you care impatient answers from my gentle tongue? But you counterfeits, you puppets, you...
Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? Oh, how low am I, thou painted maypole? How low am I? I am not yet so low but that my nails cannot reach unto thine eyes.
Whoa.
No, you mock me, gentlemen. Let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness, and I'm a right maid for my cowardice.
Yeah.
You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can her.
Oh, lower! Hark again!
I evermore did love you, Hermia. I did ever keep your counsels. I never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens while I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. See how simple and how fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who is that hinders you?
What's a foolish heart that I leave here behind?
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Oh! Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
She's angry. She is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Oh, little again! Nothing but low and little. Will you suffer her to flout me thus? Oh, let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering nutgrass made you bead, you acorn!
Oh, you are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. If thou dost intend never so little of show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest. Try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
Oh, you, mistress! All this coil is because of you!
Nay, go not back. I will not trust you, I. No longer stay in your cursed company. Your and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed! I know not what to say!
This is thy negligence, still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willingly.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garment he hath on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian eyes. Oh, and so far I'm glad I did it so. As this their jangling eye esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, the starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou, lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep, then crush this herb into Lysander's ear, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his e-bowls roll with wanton sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, that in crossways and flouts have burial, already to their warmy beds are gone, for fear lest they should look their shames upon. They wilfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I, with the morning's love, have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay, we may effect the business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. Ah, I am feared in field and town, goblin, lead them up and down. Oh, here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak in some bush. Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou break into the stars? Tell in the bushes that thou looks for wars, and will not come. Come, recreant, come, thou child. I whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come, when he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in the dark and even ways, and here will rest me. Come thou, gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, comest thou not?
Abide me, if thou darest, for well I wot thou runst before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockst me. Thou shalt buy this, dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Fateness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, night. Oh, long and tedious night. Abate thy hours, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eyes, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more, 2 of both kinds make up 4. Ah, here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, does to make poor females mad.
Oh, never so weary, never so in woe, bedoubled with dew and torn with briars. Oh, I can go no further, no further go. My legs keep no pace with my desires. Oh, here will I rest me till break of day. Heaven shield Lysander, if they mean a fray. Oh.
On the ground sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest through the light in the sight of thy former lady's eyes, and the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, in your waking it shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks employ, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Oh.
Ready?
Oh, Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur, get your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle, and good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur, and good Monsieur, have a care, the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, Signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed? Oh.
Ready? What's your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help Cavalry Cobweb to scratch. Oh, I must to the barbers, Monsieur, for methinks I am marvellous hairy about their face, and am such a tender ass. If any hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Aye, I have a reasonably good ear in music. let us have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay. Sweet hay hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray, oh, you let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine this sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee! How I dote on thee! Oh.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet savours for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and the same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straightway she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be thou as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes doth loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music, call and strike more dead. Then common sleep of all these find the sense.
Music, harp, music, such as charmed sleep.
And thou wakest, without on fool's eyes peep.
Sound the music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I in new amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair posterity. There shall the pairs of lovers be, wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fair king, attend, and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night's shade, till the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Oh, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed. And since we have the very word of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western alley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain tops, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding. For besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near, seem all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flutes ascended, and their head are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but much in mouse like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hallowed to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Tennessee. Judge when you hear, but soft, what nymph are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, this Demetrius is. I wonder, this Helena, old Neda's Helena. I wonder if this being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May. and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegis, is it not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds, but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate, and fears no enmity?
Lord, I shall reply. Amazing. Half asleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither.
Yeah.
Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough, my lord, you have enough! I beg the law upon his head! They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
Well, my lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I, in fury, hither followed them. Fair Helena, in fancy, followed me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle gaud, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I see Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health, come to my natural taste. Now do I wish for it, long for it, love it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we shall hear more anon. Egeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple, by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now, as something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away, with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hipployte.
And
These things seem small and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains and turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eyes, when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think that the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most famous Pyramus. Hey ho! When my Peter Quince, Flute the bellows maker, Snout the tinker, Starveling. Gods in my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. I have a most rare vision. I had a dream past the wit of man. To say what dream it was, man is but an ass, if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was, there is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had, but is, man is but a patched fool, if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's has not been able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballet of this dream. It should be called Bottom's Dream, because it has no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
Well, it is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, yeah, he hath sent me the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. Paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is going to the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sports had gone forward, we'd all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom, thus does he lost 6pence a day during his life. He could not escape 6pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Oh, most courageous day! Oh, most happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. Ask me not what, for if I tell you, I am no true Athenian. I will tell you everything as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, every man look o'er his part, for the short and the long is our play is preferred. Let Lizzie have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors eat no onions, nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Away!
"'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of."
More strange than true. I never may believe those antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasy that apprehends more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more divers than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all as frantic, is Helen, beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination body forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes, and give them to a nothing, a local habitation and a name. Such tricks has a strong imagination, but if I would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush, supposed a bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Oh, here comes the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
Or tend to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual menage of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What masque, what music? How shall we beguile this lazy time, if not with some delights?
There is a brief of many sports are rife. Make choice of which your highness will see first. The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
Well, none of that. That have I told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage.
That is an old device, and it was played before I, when I from Thebes came last as a conqueror.
The 3 thrice muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary.
This is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony.
The tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth.
Merry and tragical, tedious and brief? That is hot highs and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not 1 word apt, 1 player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merrier tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
Well, where are they do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never laboured in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in this world, unless you can find sport in their intense, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simplessness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in. And Take your place, ladies.
I love not to see righteousness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we, to give them thanks for nothing, our sport shall be, to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect, take it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practised accents in their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet, I picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in least, speak most to my capacity.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is, all for your delights we are not here, that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentle, as you wonder at the show, but wonder on, till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know, this beauteous lady, this be is certain. This man, with lime and rough cast, doth present woe, that pale woe, which did these lovers sunder, and through walls chink, poor souls they are, to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, and bush of thorn presented moonshine, or if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' doom, there to woo her. This grisly beast, which lie on height by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming close by night, did far away, rather did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lying, vile with bloody mouth did stain, and on comes Pyramus, sweet youth, tall, and finds his hideous mantle slain, whereat with blade, with bloody blameful blade, He bravely broached his broiling, bloody breast, and Thisbe marrying, tarrying in mulberry shade. His dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do. Sorry, continue. Go.
Unmute your mic, Snout.
Oh, hang on.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a cranny, hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very seriously, this lone, this rust cast and the stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And here the cranny is bright and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lion and hare to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim looked night. Oh, night, with hue so black. Oh, night, which ever art when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, oh, wall, thou sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh, wall, oh, sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through mine eyne. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No. He should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall. Pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
O wall, for often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus, and me, my cherry lips, have often kissed thy stones with hair lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art. My love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am the lover's grace, and like Lymander am I trusty still.
And like Helen till the fates may chill.
Not Shuffleus to Procrus was so true.
As Shuffleus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
Oh, I kiss the walls, hold not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's to meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Now is the mural done between the two neighbours.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so wilful to leave without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that e'er I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst of not worse is for imagination amends them.
Well, it must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Oh, here come the two noble beasts, in a man and a lion.
You ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do feary, the smallest monstrous mouse that creepers on floory, may now, perchance, both quake and tremble here, when lion, rough in wildest rage, doth roary. Roar. Then know that I, one Snug the joiner am, a lion fell, nor else nor lion's dam. For if I should, as lion, come in strife into this place, 'twere pity of my life.
A very gentle beast, and of good conscience.
The very best of the beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valour.
Yeah, true, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valour cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valour, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us hearken to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the moon present.
Should have worn the horns in his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the moon present, and I, the man in the moon, doth seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How is it else the man is the moon?
No, he dares not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snarf.
I am weary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he in the wane, but yet in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon, I, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for they are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Oh, well roared, lion.
Oh, well run, Thisbe.
Well shone, moon? Well, truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Oh. Well moused lion.
And then came Pyramus.
Oh, and so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by the gracious golden glittering beams I trust the taste of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Thy mantle, good, what stained with blood? Approach you, furies fell, oh fates, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? Since lion violed hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound thou, sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus, by that left pap where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now I am dead. I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die. Die.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead, he is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
Well, our chance moonshine is gone before. Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
Oh, she will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moth will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means Fedelice.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise, speak, quite dumb, dead. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes, those lily lips, this cherry nose, his yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Lovers may moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Come, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast imbue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu. Adieu! Adieu!
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
I don't want to.
No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers.
No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse, never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writes it had played Pyramus and hung himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy, and so it is truly and very notably discharged. Let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the common morn, as much as we this night have overwatch. The palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of the night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight holds we this solemnity in nightly revels and a new jollity.
Now the hungry lion soars, and a wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with very task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screeching house, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite. In the churchway paths do glide, and we fairies that do run by the triple hecate steam from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now our frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house give glimmering light. By the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse the song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this
The break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the blessed from death will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the image she there create, ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples be, ever true in loving, and the bonds of nature's bond shall all in their wishes stand, ever forehead or sky. Just like yours on gold, the stars into the sea. If this be you consecrate every
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And in this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And us, I am an honest puck. If we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call, and so good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends. Thank you very much, my wonderful, wonderful company. Pop back on and receive your applause. Wonderful. That was a lot of fun. I hope you people out there watching have had some kind of the fun that we have had in the doing and watching each other. Wow, what an adventure. How's everybody feeling? We all happy out there in fairyland?
Yeah, the mechanicals play really got to me. That was emotional.
I could see that. Demetrius was deeply moved, especially by Theseus' death, which frankly, Matt, was indeed deeply moving. Although I couldn't tell you in what direction. So, well done to those of you. That was a true tour de force. All right, thank you all so very, very much. Thank you again for watching us. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for following us. Thank you for speaking with us. Thank you for your donations, which this week again will go to Black Lives. If you're around next Sunday afternoon and require some entertainment, we'll be back at 3 o'clock and again at 5 o'clock with 2 different programs of scenes. So we're stepping back out of a full play just for a week to give ourselves a little breathing space, a little more fun and discovery time. So if you're able, please come back and join us then. We wish you all a very, very magical and wonderful Midsummer's week. May the fairies be blessing you. Enjoy, be safe, keep each other safe. I know a lockdown is opening up, which is a wonderful thing, but we still say be very careful. We want to see you all again next week. Okay, so to all of you, I say farewell and thank you. And to everybody out in YouTube land, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next
dog.
Bye bye. Yes, whose dog? Let's have a bow for the dog. Farewell, one and all.
The springtime, the spring.